So I guess I'll start by showing a bit of the original Action 52 thing. It's kind of weird. So what do we do? Let me just reset.
Make your selection now.
So, isn't that just a thing of beauty? The original menu, it starts with that sample, that woo yeah classic James Brown sample that's been used in a lot of songs. I think a lot of people know it from It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right. But if you were around in the 90s, you might remember that. So there are 52 games here. How do I get to the second page? I haven't actually... Oh, there we go. Select chooses a page. So there's 52. You may have heard of Cheetah Men. There was a Cheetah Man on the title screen. I do want to show, for sure... We're not going to play too many of these, but here's one called Streamers. And this one is important because it sort of kicked off, or it became the flagship game of the first Action 53 volume, sort of indirectly. So here we go. Streamers, you're this clown, and you press a button, and it causes you to throw out a rope. Okay, I don't have to type or touch the balloons, but... okay, so I don't know how to deal with that thing walking back and forth. I guess I gotta just stay away. Why did that go unhappy? So yeah, I can't jump, I can only use the rope. I guess it's... Ah! I don't know why it keeps doing a sad face when I get the money bags. Maybe... Oh. Anyhow, so... This is actually one of the better games on this cartridge. I will say. What is this rabbit? This is a rabbit in a hat. I can't do anything with it. That's sad. The money's bad. Okay, so I guess it's anti-capitalist? I don't know. I can actually go to the main menu without quitting. So, what else is there? Sombreros? I don't know what this is. I haven't... Okay, I've got a gun. And I know how to use it, I guess. Is that an enemy? I think that makes me walk faster, that purple thing. I assume I gotta... Nope, I don't think it makes me walk faster. Better stay on the right side of the street so I don't get... Oh! No, the cars go the wrong way here too. What if I stay in the middle? Ugh. Yeah, so I don't know how far this one goes. I can't walk off the road, so... Am I collecting sombreros? Is that it? I don't know. I just touched a car, and then the car turned into a gravestone that said RIP on it. Okay, so what else is there? I don't know which. I'll just do one or two others. Star Evil seems important because that's another one that kind of came back later. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. So when you start off the game, like you just run right into that block, unless you dodge it immediately. I knew it was coming, and I kind of dodged it before I thought about, I should show not dodging it, you know? So that's Star Evil. I don't know what else to show. What is there? Haunted Hill? Okay, I'm in a dungeon. Move very slow. And this banana's coming for me. Okay. I don't know. None of these are... There's Cheetah Men. This one was pretty famous. It has this intro and everything. It was the Cheetah Men. Yeah. Anyhow, Action Game Master. That's a weird prompt. Action Game Master. Right. I'm much more used to Cheetah Men 2, which was like a straight side platformer. But this, I guess, is supposed to be a beat 'em up. Oof. That is weird. It's been a while since I've tried this. Did that get an extra note? But if I hit... Oh, maybe it always had the last note. Okay, anyhow, so that's Action 52. And so this idea of a collection of 52 games inspired, I think this is sort of the brainchild of Teppels, whose real name is Damian Yarrick, to come up with Action 53 as a collection to showcase the results of the NES Dev Compo. It's like a yearly, it's been yearly for a little while, but it was kind of intermittent for a long time. But we have a competition where people submit free games of a usually fairly small scope, just as a friendly competition with each other. All the games are free and all the ROMs are available. I've linked the link in chat, but I can post it again later if anyone needs it. And yeah, so these things were collected. And one of the things that set off this collection, so here's the first cart. I showed it a little bit earlier, but then I decided I should show Action 52. Oh, this reflection from the light's kind of hard to... I guess that's reflection directly from the monitor under the camera. It's hard to block it. Okay, well, that's what the first cart looked like. You can look it up on Infinite NES Live's website. It's not available anymore. I think a big collection of... There's been 3 volumes, and I think there's going to be a 4th volume that collects 1 to 3 again. Coming out soon. I'm not sure, though. And it might not be soon. I don't really know the timelines for these things. But here's Action... Oh, I think this just continues until...
Make your selection now.
Okay. So, that's the title screen, and I think that's the voice of Teppel saying make your selection now, but clearly the influence of Action 52 is very much on display. And I really like his synthesized version of the Woo Yeah breakbeat sample. That is a fun way to start off. So, we have a collection of games here, and I'm going to try and give each of these a minute or two, or maybe a little more, depending on how much time is going. So yeah, these are all NES Dev Compo entries or other related free entries that people put on the cart. And Streamers was actually... It started off as a Flash game that somebody made as like building on the very tiny concept you saw in Streamers in Action 52. So you're a clown and you primarily navigate with this rope that shoots diagonally that pulls you up. And they made a pretty neat game out of it. And then a few years later... that was a Flash game, but a few years later, someone interested in the NES, who goes by The Fox, ported it for NES, and they made this version. The reason they were able to do that is because the original game was very much NES style and kind of obeyed the rules quite well of what an NES can do. So he was able to make a very, very faithful port of the Flash game to the NES, which I will show you now. You've planted a bomb in Master Y's fortress. Escape by tossing chains. Okay, so here it is. Streamers. Super Strength Emergency Squad Zeta. Superb Joe mode. I've set the charge on main CPU. Charge set to explode, be advised. Hello, White Hat 94 and CPP Chris CPP. Can you pick Streamer's command? That's a negative, Joe. Master Y's flying fortresses cannot easily be approached. We may be able to send a chopper to its uppermost level. Try climbing to the top of this one by throwing streamers and climbing them. Is that how you spell streamers? I could have sworn it had another E and a Z. On your way, you better watch out for the various pie-throwing clowns, burning candles, and bouncing balls. Because if they get you, you'll die a little each time. I'll make them die a lot each time. Roger, Streamer's command. Let's go. So, yeah, you can throw this thing. And it won't attach to red blocks like that on the ceiling. But here you go. Is that the sound of me running? Okay, so that's a save point. That's what happens when you touch the balls. Do not touch Master-wise balls. That is good advice. If only I'd gotten it a little bit earlier. So there's another checkpoint. This is where it gets kind of tricky. I should say this is actually a pretty difficult game. There is an easy mode though. I did beat it way back when it came out. There we go. Collect money for score. It's hard to get. You know what they say, Joe, no pain, no gain. Roger, streamer's command. Do I want the money? I think there's more money down here. So, oh no. I've gone back. Yeah, this is Streamers. It's pretty cool. I recommend trying it. I can't remember how long it takes to play. Probably a couple hours. And it's very hard. And it's fun. This is good. Okay, so I think we have to reset to get back to the menu. So that's the main game, the sort of flagship game of this. And so there are only actually 5 entries from the 2011 NES Dev Compo. But, and then these were all free games that people wanted included in the compilation, and these are some non-game editions, which are kind of interesting. These might be harder to demonstrate. Anyhow, here's Forehead Block Guy by Joshua Hoffman. I'm trying to remember the name they go by on the NES Dev forums. I've forgotten it. Sorry to Joshua Hoffman. But yes, so this one, you throw blocks at enemies and then touch them and then they'll explode. So it's sort of like Mario Bros. Arcade, I guess. It's kind of weird. Okay, there we go. Press anything to continue. Okay. This level reminds me of a level from Bubble Bobble quite a bit. But it's a high level of Bubble Bobble. I don't know if you'd remember it unless you're a big Bubble Bobble fan like me. Oh, you made this Nova Squirrel. Ah, okay. I didn't remember your real name. You're remaking a platformer version of it now? Or did you put it as an unlockable character into Nova? Or both? Ooh. Oh, screen turns gray. Oh, right. So this one's actually really interesting for having a level editor built in, which I guess also lets me sort of cheat in a way. Oh, I don't know. I think I need to place the character somehow. I don't know the... Oh, well. Game Boy Color. Oh, you're making a Game Boy Color version. Ah, okay. So there was a cameo in Nova the Squirrel. Nova the Squirrel's a pretty good, cool game that's been released. Are you allowed to post links, Nova? You can post a link to it if you want. Or if you're not allowed to post links, let me know and I'll figure it out. So yeah, having an editor for it was kind of interesting too. Anyhow, I think I'll move on to another game. There's a lot to get through here. Landmaster was made by Shiru, who he kind of led the way on doing C development on the NES. Like he figured out how to use CC65, which is like sort of it's a C compiler. It's kind of like a hobbyist thing. Like it's not very good at optimizing, but it does compile code for the 6502 processor, and it's pretty usable. And for a lot of people, they find it easier to make games with it. So Shiru's made a couple of games with it, and he sort of made them open source as well so that people could kind of figure out how to use C with the NES. So Landmaster is, oops, gotta switch to that window. It's a game of connecting up the computers. So you basically can rotate stuff, and once you've rotated all the tiles to connect everything, you complete the level. So pretty simple concept, and kind of fun little puzzle game. And I kind of like this music as well. Yeah, that's Landmaster. I wasn't sure if anyone actually coded in a way to get back to the cartridge menu for this compilation. Most of them just let you reset, I think. The reset always brings you back to the main menu. But it seems like it should be possible to have a quit. There might be some in later versions. Lawnmower, another game by Shiru. This was pretty fun. A little game, pretty fun concept. And you can press a button to mow faster, and the goal is just to mow the lawn before you run out of fuel. I think later levels have flowers that you're not supposed to mow. So that's Lawn Master? Was that what it was called? I can't remember already. Yeah, here, so if you mow these flowers, you lose fuel, basically. And that's what happens when you do bad. I like the little jingle for end of level. So that's, I think that was Lawnmaster. So Landmaster, Lawnmower. Okay, I'm already confusing it with Landmaster. I thought it would be Lawnmower. More direct title. Slappin'. So that's kind of a weird name. Michael Swanson. Can't remember who that was either. But yeah. Initial wall integrity. So it has some options on how difficult it is, I guess. Right nut games. Okay, so you could fire bullets, and there's like a flying missile for a flying enemy coming in. Tanks take a couple of hits. And I don't think there's levels. I think this just goes on forever. Hi, Liam. And the tanks just get kind of tougher. This one seems a good candidate for auto fire, but I don't know. I kind of like the rhythm of the music. That little extra beat in there. Well, let's see what happens when one of them gets to my wall. I only lost one from that tank hitting it? Really? How long can I last if I just sit? This game seems designed to last a very long time. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit just to see what happens. Oh, I missed the whole, like... I like this. Anyhow, that's slapping. And, oh, wait, okay, for this I need to switch out my input, and there's an SNES mouse emulation in this emulator. This is FCEUX I'm using, but if you have a suitable adapter, the NES and SNES controllers have the same input protocol, just more data comes in, like you just pull more bytes out of it or more bits out of it. So this one's by Teppels, Damien Yarrick. It's actually two-player, which is kind of cool. But here I've implemented SNES mouse emulation in this emulator. Not too many have them at this point because it's a very niche thing. Like basically only Teppels has made this only game. It's the only game you can use it for. But it's really cool to connect a Super Nintendo mouse to an NES, have a mouse. And it works. I actually bought like a... Who's it by? I think it's by Hori or not Hori. I don't know. I have like a reproduction SNES mouse, but it's optical, which makes it better than the original SNES mouse, which I don't know if people are familiar with ball mice, but it was the inferior thing, and I'm glad it's a thing of the past because optical mice work much better. Oh, you made a mouse supporting game too? Okay, so there's more than one. Anyhow, so this is Missile Command. I can't actually seem to use the mouse to... Oh. Hang on. I gotta turn off right click. There we go. I can't use the mouse to click through... I can't remember the company that made it, but if you look on Amazon for like SNES mouse, you'll find it. But I can't get this menu without pressing stuff. So I can use the right mouse button to click to fire from my right silo, and the left mouse button to fire from my left silo, which is really neat. The mouse is plugged into controller 2. If you in controller 1 it'll click through the menu properly. So this one's really nice. I think this is my favorite game of Teppels's. Oh, and it has this really nice Pathétique sonata thing going here. So it slowly gives you hints. Anyhow, this is a very... Well, I guess the design of the game isn't super unique, like it is very clearly based on Missile Command, but Beethoven's Pathétique Sonata, you can look it up. But it's a very unique NES game, and mouse support is pretty interesting by itself, I think. Anyhow, that's probably enough of it for now. And I've got to just switch my inputs back. Okay. I have plans of my own for the NES mouse, but I haven't put them to use yet. Or the SNES mouse connected to the NES, which I guess makes it the NES mouse, but oh, it's Hyperkin made the... I just wanted to look it up. Hyperkin made a knockoff Super NES mouse, but it is optical, which makes it superior, and it works great. I highly recommend it if you need an SNES mouse for anything. If you need it for the NES, you need to build an adapter, but that's a whole adventure in itself. Okay, so we have Concentration Room. This is also by Teppels. Accident at Hombon Lab. Room light. 0.0. Third realm from the sun. Pine nut. A truth serum. Hmm. So the theme is you're a child who's been infected and you're in quarantine and you've got to play concentration. It's kind of an interesting concept. It's a bit dark for setting up a concentration game, but I don't know. It's probably less dark than the original concept, but I don't want to bring that up. It's the only cure. Concentration is literally the... Wait! Oh, there's a mouse pointer. I thought it had detected the Super NES mouse that I still had connected, but I don't still have it connected, so... Okay, so cherry, pear, peach, apple, melon, peach. Was that here? Pear, apple. It occurs to me that Twin Dragons also had concentration built into the game in the main menu. Which, there's a demo of Twin Dragons on the 3rd volume, so I guess we'll get there later. Oh, so I've got competition now. Apple, melon, cherry, melon. Should have remembered melon. Oh, there's the other cherry. Peach. I think the cherry was here. Yeah. I win. So I gotta play the solitaire version because I beat my opponent and decided I'm not fun to play with. Okay, so that's concentration room. Dryer. David and Stefan. Grab stars, avoid everything. Oh, I can run. So this is dryer. Ah! I don't know if I need a running jump over those, or... So that's dryer. I don't know how many levels this has, but should give you an idea. I Want to Flip the Sky by Tom Livak. Neo coding compo. Well. So, oop. Okay. That is a very fast respawn, and I like the explosion. So, I think I have 2 flips. Okay, I can jump off this part of the wall. So I have 2 flips per life. and then I'm out of flips. So it's sort of like VVVVVV, but you're limited in your flips. And you've got wall jumps, apparently. Ugh. Oof. Oh, I can't do that. I think those were conveyor belts. Ah. Oh yeah, they did move me against them. They were conveyor belts. Ah. I think they were animated with just palette changes. Yeah, this is pretty tough. No. Interestingly, the super fast respawn is causing me to flip sometimes. Ah. Like I'll flip after I've respawned because I'm still trying to get the second flip in. Ah. No. I might give up here. Select lets you auto destruct. I did it. Okay. Ooh. Giant. Oop. Oh, it's already... Okay, so I think you get the idea. Yeah, it's really tough. I don't know, so that was... I want to flip this guy. This is Mineshaft by Niare. So this one's pretty simple. So if you land on a red one... Oh, does red one damage you? I thought red one was going to give me heart, but I guess it's green ones or something. Or, oh, blue ones give you a heart, red ones take it away. So red ones are last resort. There's your conveyor belt. And if you touch the top of the screen, you're toast. Oh, did James Rolfe play it? Anyhow, that's Mineshaft. I seem to recall one called Pogo Cats, which was... Oh! Okay, we'll get to that, but it's similar but in reverse. Munchie Attack. Oh, this one's by Memblers. 2003, so this is quite an old one. Oh, hi, Jonathan. Yeah. I'm glad you can manage to watch this stream. So I have to eat things that are food and not eat the swords, and so that looks... But the octopus is gray. You can eat the octopus. This reminds me of like some games that I made in like QBasic when I was a kid. I made one called... I forget what it was, but you were like a fly and fly swatters came at you and some other stuff. And it was very similar to this. Sort of in colors too. The colors remind me a little bit of like EGA red. Oops. What was that? Did I eat a sword? So... buttons don't do anything. I can move back and forth, but up and down seem the most effective. There's a thing that looks like... what is this? Is that a band-aid? Why can... what is it, and why can I eat it? That's what I want to know. That one's green. Anyhow. So that's Munchie something, Munchie attack. Yeah. Memler Industries. Munchie attack 4096. Oh, that was a nice effect. I guess this has character RAM. I want to... how fat? Whoa. Oh, yeah, octopus. Octopus is food. Okay. I just wanted to watch it in a debugger just to see... yeah, okay. So it's just like removing bits of tile. Sorry, I just got interested in how they did that effect. Munchie attack. NES 15. Oh, it's this thing. Sliding tiles. I was informed that this exists in Final Fantasy on the pirate ship. Which I never knew. What's exactly 4096 bytes? Oh! Munchie attack is 4096. Right. I wasn't even thinking about it being a Power 2. Okay, so I don't really recall how to solve these, and I can't imagine this is going to go... I guess the music's nice. I don't know if it's based on something Baroque, but I suspect it might be. The prelude from FF1 is in Super Mario RPG, is it? Oh, right, because there's the Kulex battle. Yeah. Kulex, oh man, that was one of the... I really liked Kulex for being like one of those optional kind of secret out-of-the-way boss battles that's super hard. And also, like, Final Fantasy IV is a definitive game in my life, or I don't know what the word is. It definitely changed my life playing it. Like, it was my first kind of JRPG thing. So I always like references to FF4, but it was a neat boss battle in that game. Anyhow, so that's NES 15. NES Virus Cleaner. This is by Sly Dog Studios. Yeah. There was a reference to Virus Cleaner in Black Box Challenge, which was also by Sly Dog Studios. They have done an interesting job of making a universe of NES games, and they have a lot of cameos with each other. They also did the Mad Wizard, and they have this like Candelabra Chronicles universe. Worth checking out. This is Virus Cleaner. Whoa! That's an interesting place for the text to come out. Alright. There's scoring for you too. I'm realizing I haven't played this, but I've played the Black Box Challenge mini version of this. Black Box Challenge was a game about collecting NES games. I played it earlier on my stream. But it has all these mini, tiny versions of NES games that you play, and they made a mini version of this game. I haven't been paying attention to the rules. Yeah. There's a lot of rules. A lot of rules to be displayed on the mouth of this happy face. Virus Cleaner. This is a very Sly Dog title screen. That was all before the title screen. Wow. Start at the control mount. Okay, so I just laid down a door. What does this door do? I didn't pay attention to anything. 6, 5. Okay, so I need to get some number of these. Well, the door was a warp. They said something about the warp, but... oh, I don't know. Okay, so... level 2. Oops. Does this have different music? Or is it the same music? What's happening? Oh! My virus cleaner has expired. Okay, well. That's virus cleaner. Pogo Cats. Okay, so this is the opposite of Mine Shaft, I guess, sort of. I had a game like this by Iggy. Do I want to be the greaser or the pinup? I always like the word greaser. But here we go. We pogo off the cars. The hollow cars will... oh. That's not good. There was a game called... okay, so the pink cars last, the hollow cars do not. Oh, this is tougher than I remember. Oop, some of them move. So there's a game called, can't remember what it was called. Oh, I thought that was a thing I could use. Maybe I can use the spring. Oh, I have to press the button too. So they just kind of blow me around. Anyhow, this is Pogo Cats. What am I thinking of? There was a bouncy cow abduction game for Android that I got like the first time I got a smartphone. It was like the one game I bought early on, which was very much like that game, but it sort of had like a long campaign of levels. Zapping. Okay, this one... I think I need the zapper, so let's see. Input. Zapper. Move the paddle up and down with the control pad or the zapper. Serve the ball by pressing... oh, I pressed the... so... okay, right now I'm playing it with the controller. Podge and Daffle. Those are good names. So this is Pong. I like how they have acceleration. Like you can make fine movements by tapping and then hold it to move faster. That's pretty good for... that was more dramatic goal sound than I was expecting. I want to go back and see if I can trigger this with the zapper. Okay. Oh, I don't think I can with the way this is emulated. I don't think FCUX emulates the zapper correctly. I'd have to use a different one. I should try for a second. Hang on, let me see if I can open this in a different emulator. This is taking, oh, there we go. Video size 3 times.
Make your selection now.
Let's see. What to do. Mason. No, that didn't work. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, none of the original NES games did anything when the zapper was just pointed at the screen. They always did stuff in response to a trigger. So when FCUX was implemented, all it does is look at where it only registers the position when you pull the trigger, which is kind of weird. Excuse me while I set up my thing here. Okay. Wow. I guess that looks okay. Well, a more accurate emulator should be able to do it, and I think Mason here should maybe do it. But that's the thing, like, they just didn't bother to emulate the part of it that nothing ever used, but now we have stuff that uses it. So let's see. Oh, I can actually use the zapper in the menu? That's interesting. I did not realize that. Oh, sorry. I forget that I always have diagnostic stuff on for Mason, because I use it for debugging. I don't need the frame counter. Where's the frame rate? Show FPS. Okay. I forgot about that. So this is really interesting. I did not know that Teppels implemented zapper control on the menu too, which is very interesting. Because, like, I have tried to use this with a zapper. I only have an LCD TV, so I can't use my zapper on my real NES, but I've never actually put this in an emulator that emulates this stuff. So here we go. This is going to work. So I can actually, I'm controlling the left one with that, and this is zapper control. Oh. This is very interesting. So I think for this to work, it has to be a simple enough game that you can use the CPU to wait on every scan line, check for the zapper to have to see some of the picture. So that's quite interesting. All right, well, that's cool. I might stay with this emulator for a moment, since Oh, I have to click. Oh, pulling the trigger changes the tab. Okay. So I'll jump. There's one more here, zooming secretary. I'll look at it in a moment. But there's a couple here that rely on the zapper, so I'll just do all three of them in a row. So here's a music toy. So basically, you can see I'm playing music by aiming. Hi, Smart Ball. So that's kind of neat. And then the other toy, you have zapper calibration, which, I don't know, you can sort of see... Oh, that actually has a return to menu option, but it happens when you pull the trigger. So, yeah, it tracks the scan line that the zapper's kind of noted on. So anyhow, there's not a whole lot to that, but you can kind of see what's going on. Anyhow, I'll come back to my preferred emulator and switch out for regular inputs again. So there was one more game here, Zooming Secretary. This is another one by Shiru, and I don't know who Pinwiz is actually. But Shiru also does like ZX Spectrum stuff. So they have a whole set of people that maybe don't congregate at NES Dev that I wouldn't have heard of. So Zooming Secretary is a cool little game where you need to fetch data and then deliver it to that phone. So that phone, you can only hold one thing in your mind at a time. So that phone now needs Earth data. So I gotta get the Earth and take it to that phone. And so now I need to get... mountain data of Stonehenge. So basically just touch the right thing and then take it to the phone. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty nicely done. Nice sound, nice graphics. I couldn't tell you which ones do FDS sound the best. Oh yeah, you don't want to touch the boss because they'll start telling you a story. You'll get hung up. You've got stuff to do. However, you should get some coffee because that'll speed you up. Don't talk to me. I got work to do. I want more coffee. I got lucky with a lot of Earth news in a row. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information about which emulators have the best sound emulation. I don't actually catalog that information myself. I just try to make an accurate emulator. And if somebody tells me there's an inaccuracy in it, I try and fix it, but I haven't run tests on all sorts of emulators to find out which one has what. Anyhow, this is Zooming Secretary. Actually, I want to go see this coworker. I'm not sure if that other guy was the boss, actually. He was just in a suit. Okay, this person just blocks you. Anyhow, that's a pretty cool game. And so we're almost done here with the first volume. Oh, there's Russian roulette. Does this one involve? Oh, okay. This one uses the zapper, but I don't think it uses the zapper for... So it's a text-based Russian roulette game, and then you pull the trigger on the zapper. And that's all there is to it. Player 2 wins the game. Okay, so that's that. Text-based Russian roulette. And we also have... Okay, tape dump. This one's maybe weird to explain. You basically... It's for dumping game cartridges by the audio signal. So you basically choose the mapper the cartridge you want to dump is using. NROM is like the basic one. And then you start this up. And at some point you pull out this cartridge, and then you'll just start seeing garbage on the screen because there's no graphics data sitting in the NES anymore for it to draw. But it'll still be running. And you shove in the cartridge you want to dump. And then you press a button to start dumping it. And then audio comes out. Sorry about this sound. I'll reset now. But anyhow, audio comes out, and you can record that into your computer or onto a tape or whatever you want, and that will be a binary signal that you could actually use to get all the information off the cartridge, which is pretty weird, but it works, and it was sort of a way to get a cheap cartridge dumper onto this cartridge that anybody could use without having extra tools. And that's written by Chris Covell, who he has a blog with a lot of interesting articles of like history of retro gaming and stuff. Anyhow, this is, yeah, that's everything from Action 53, Volume 1. And now, Volume 2. Has the same starting music. I don't know if that was ever replaced.
Make your selection now.
Sounds the same to me. So this menu might look similar. So these ones are all multiplayer. This one was called Double Action, or I can't remember the exact name of it. I might as well, I'll just link the website again for anybody who didn't see it the first time, but here's a link to a page that has all the ROMs. All three of these volumes are available for free. All of the games were submitted for free for this NES Dev Compo, or just submitted later. A lot of these are 2-player, and there's only one of me, so I won't be able to show them off in a great way, but sorry about that. I'll try to show a little bit of them. Maybe replaced for Volume 4. What may be replaced for Volume 4? Like, Volume 4 is going to... Is Volume 4 going to contain all previous volumes plus the new ones? I can't remember. But, so this one, I don't actually have the cartridge for this one. I didn't... Partly because it was multiplayer, I didn't jump on it, and I didn't realize it was going to be so limited. And so, that one I don't have the cartridge for. But the ROM's available, and the games may come back in Volume 4, or I don't know. Because I think that a super compilation is coming, but I'm not sure. So, Double Action Blaster Guys. This is V4 if I'm going to submit. Oh. Double Action Blaster Card Edition. So another one by Nova Scroll. This one also has a level editor. I'm just skipping through these options. So, dudes with guns who drop cards that you collect, I guess. I thought this was multiplayer, but maybe not. It seems pretty playable one player too. I don't know if I was... You know what, I should... Do I still have this set for Zapper? I'm just checking my... H... G... F... I have keys bound. Okay. For player 2, so maybe I can... Oh, I see. There's a one-player option that I took. So I can... Oh, I like how player 2 has a beard. There we go. I have to play with the keyboard, and these are awkwardly bound keys because they're the ones I don't use most of the time. Oh, okay. So I could have pressed start. Anyhow, yeah, I can't really show off both sides of it, but it's cool. Oh, okay, so RHDE Furniture Fight. This is interesting. This is another one by Teppels. It is very heavily reminiscent of Rampart. And move cursor. So there's two phases. There's a build phase where you build your fort. And then there's another phase where you try and destroy each other's forts with cannons. And that also describes Rampart. In this case, the build phase it describes like a home instead of a castle. And also, everybody has no legs because the Teppels universe is inhabited by these people. Are they called the Poli? Yeah, there's the... No, the Poli have legs. So, I don't know what the people with no legs are called, but I guess they're the referees. Yeah, so I'm only going to be able to play a one-sided game here, but I guess I'll furnish my house and... Yeah, so I can take a table and put it in my house somewhere? No? There we go. I don't know where to put this. Do I have to put it outside? Oh. I guess I'm out of money, so I can't buy anything new. So I won that round for having a nicer house. Okay, so I have a gun or something. I gotta move. I guess I just have to walk over to their house. I thought I could maybe have to build a cannon or something. Can I not do anything yet? I don't know. I don't remember how to play this. I know you can build some, yeah, missile silos. But I think... Oh, wait. I go inside? Oh. There we go. So I had to walk over it and start using it. Alright, so I've broken their wall, and now their house has no interior. Which is sort of like how Rampart works. You break the walls of their castle, and then they have less stuff to work with, and they lose cannons and stuff. Anyhow, so that's cool. Robot finds kitten. Okay, also by Teppels. Yeah, okay. It was based on an older game, which I believe was like an ASCII text game. Move robot to kitten. Find a kitten. A lot of things are not kitten. So, okay, I'm robot. T is a gecko. Dollhouse from the insurance ad. So, chat, tell me what you think is the kitten. Madonna and child. Powdered drink mix. Oh, I found kitten. Way to go, robot. So, is kitten always K? Portable polygraph. Fourth triangle in the Triforce. So it's not the K's here. Free library. Thermal airship. E-cigarette with actual E. That sounds a deadly combination. Box of locks. Which one of you? 72 concentration cards. An electric trombone. I heard there was an artifact at my university, Queen's University, where somebody had made an electronic sackbut, and a sackbut was like a wooden trombone from the Middle Ages, but I've never heard of an electric trombone. So I've heard of electric sackbut, though. That was actually just a synthesizer. Wait, was that Lagrange point? Scent of a VRC7. Sorry, I'm not reading all of these. Oh, kitten was Y this time. Alright. So, I think I've covered enough of this game. Sliding blaster. Collect ammunition. Sliding and shooting. So is this one also kind of one... Billy here. It's Billy Mays. Bad guys. Reach Evil Billy. Oh, I've never reached Evil Billy. So where am I? Oh. Okay, so I've got momentum and shoot. Oh, okay, so it's got... It looks like rotary controls, but it's not. It's sort of, you point towards where you want to go, and it'll swing there gradually. Oh, don't touch the bomb. What did I tell me? Don't touch the bomb. And I like how the Nova games also have kind of some thematic stuff that is repeated. Like these spheres with dots on them. Big city sliders attack your family. Oh, hamburgers. I like hamburgers. I had a hamburger for lunch. Anyhow, so that's Sliding Blaster. Here's Solar Wars. Oh, yes. Okay, another one by Chris Covell. This also appears to very much predate one controller. Oh, okay, so I have to... Ooh, what world? I'll go to Pluto, since we finally have a picture of Pluto as of like last year. That has more pixels than this image of Pluto, which would have been drawn long before we had a picture that was that detailed of Pluto. Okay, so this is Scorched Earth, basically. I think I just shot a bullet straight up. Oh, there it goes. I don't know where that landed. Miss. So I don't know where these bullets are. Oh, that was close. Well, your days are numbered. Huh. Maybe I need to reduce Y? I'm not sure. Ah, there we go. Despite being a two-player game, this is pretty difficult just trying to aim at each other when I'm in control of both. Oh, that should bring it back. I think I need 37. $37 and 10, too much. Well, that position of explosion. Did the tank just fall? So I should shoot at the same location? Okay, I hit. That's not a win. I'm just gonna keep... I don't see a life bar. Oh, 3 hits. Round 2, fight. Okay, so we're in a different location, but same stuff, I guess. Solar Wars Super Pack. I don't remember what this is. Arto. 2 to 4 players. Move your ship around the landscape. Try not to hit walls too hard and shoot your opponent's ships. Okay, so I can't even enter without... There we go. Okay, so it's a gravity shooter. I don't think I've ever managed to play this one, because... Or maybe I have. Well, I've tried them all in some way or other. Okay, this is cute. It actually this controls really well, and it moves pretty smooth. Oh, and I lose health from being on the ground. Oh, there's lava over there. This is cool. Yeah, I don't think I've played, so... I like this. Okay. Ooh. That's a cool pause screen. That sound is so... Just the sequence of pitches you get when you... increment frequency linearly, I think. Or... Yeah. It's very characteristic of working with stuff like this and just throwing the, you know, add +1 or +5 every time to a thing and then getting the sound out, but... Okay, so that's Super Pack. So the rest of these games should be one player. Oh, and there's some toys here. Okay, so there's 1007 bolts by user. Here we go. Oh, there we go. I think I had to press start for anything to happen. Wasn't... Oh, that's fast. So, avoid the lightning bolts. I think it said watch out for speed ups. I don't know if that means the world is going to speed up at random or what. Not much seems to be... Well, there we go. Game over. So, that's probably all there is to that one. 2048 by Sony? Or TS1? Not sure. So 2048 was the big hit a little while ago. I can't remember the winning strategy I had for it, but this wasn't a game that I ever cared to beat more than once. So if you haven't played 2048 before, if you get two blocks to touch with the same value, they double and combine. And you can only slide all blocks to the left, right, up, down. Every time you move, a new block appears. And the goal is to get a block of 2048 before you fill up the grid and are out of moves. And there is some winning strategies to this, but I forget what it is, so... That's what happens when you lose. I just made random moves for a while. I can continue? What does that mean? Oh, I pressed start and it... That's kind of nice. The pause menu is also a title screen. Sorry, I'm looking at it in the debugger again. Okay. Just checking. They have... Because the NES has two screens of memory built in, they have here a vertical arrangement where you have the title screen at the top and the playing field at the bottom. So when you go back to the playing field, it's just scrolled to the bottom. There's no reloading of anything. I just wanted to see if they'd done that. That seemed like the good way to do it, and it is what they did. Alga. Okay, I like... This is a nice little... okay, it's by Krill. And it is a scrolling shmup. When you're not shooting, you can move faster. When you're holding down the button, you move slowly, but you fire. And there's a cool variety of enemies. And the scrolling clouds are nice. And you can pick up your side shooters. I don't know why it's called Auge, which should be German for eye, like eyeball, or eye, maybe not eyeball, I'm not sure. But, oh, how to get rapid fire. I didn't realize this had a boss. Well, that's Auge. Oh, it has a high score table. Thank you for playing. Thank you, Watermelon. I like that. I don't know why it has a watermelon, but I don't know why it's called Auge either, so... Why is there a BGM... There's a menu option for background, but this doesn't seem to do anything. Neither does this. Neither does this. I don't know what this does. The weird rhythm of the shooting effects? My guess would be there's a limit to how many you can have on the screen at once, and when it runs out, there's probably a gap in the fire, which doesn't come up unless I have the rapid fire. That would be my guess for the if you're hearing a weird rhythm in the firing. Oh, let's game over again. Okay, so okay, here's Chase. Oh, okay, this is one Shiru made. It was his demonstration program for how to program in C for the NES. So it's cool. Like, source code for this is out there, and it's in C, so it's a bit easier to work with, I guess. And it's called Chase. Probably reminds you of a specific game made by Namco. Though it doesn't have a thing that turns the tables on your chasers. At least not yet. Anyhow. So that's cool. Function. Oh, okay, this is a strategy game by Deneen. Red Moon Games. Forgot about that. So, were there instructions for me to read? I guess I need to move the green block to the blue one. That doesn't work, so I need to move up. So you sort of make a program and then execute the program. So that one seems like it has only one solution. Oh, okay, so here we get subroutines. So 4, 4, 4. Okay, so it's sort of with the subroutines it becomes like a programming thing. Oh, okay, so I'll have like ×3, another down, right, ×3, up, ×3, up. So you have to use the combination commands correctly. Okay, so I just failed that one. Robo Rally? I don't know that one. Alright, see you later, Piejacker875. Love Story by Tom Livak. Winner, NES Dev Compo 2014. That's a nice title screen. Okay, I can play as one of the two. An earthquake has driven us apart. Oh, and a demon. Did I just pick up a ruler? Okay, so it's a platform. Okay, I know this Bach fugue pretty well. I actually made a MIDI version of it a long time ago. Or wait, I made a MIDI version of it, and I also made an NES version, or not NES, but NES Famicom. The ruler whack doesn't seem super effective, so... Having time to... 3 hits. These snails are tough too. Everything's tough. Can only hit it in the front. This is a tough game. Oh, I'm back to the start. I don't know. I love it when people use classical music that I know in video games. Okay, so this is very tough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get very far. Oh, 2 hits is not enough for the beat. So I think this fugue ostensibly has 4 parts, but this music only has 2 of those parts. They have left out the triangle channel and are just using 2 squares at like 25% duty. So they've reduced a 4-part fugue into 2 parts. Oh, I have to go in the hole. I was trying to avoid that. Is that at least a checkpoint, though? Ugh. Ah. Okay, it's a checkpoint. I'll keep going then. Ooh, tentacle monster. Ah. There have been times when I've covered something and then found later that somebody else had covered it, or it covered something for NES and then found out later somebody else had made a version of it. And oftentimes, like, people just plundered classical music for commercial game soundtracks too. So I did that classical NES album, but like Debussy's Passepied ends up in a Castlevania game for the Game Boy. It ends up in a golf game for the NES. I did a cover of Giant Steps, and someone else did that earlier in an earlier Famicom. I think it was Sergio did it. Yeah, classical music is public domain, and if it's good music, they've already, solved the composition problem for you. It's a good thing to use. Miscellaneous. This looks like it's going to be a trivia game show. Wait, what was the Regis Philbin Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Was that the name of the game show? I guess it's not around anymore. What happened to that show? I guess game shows don't last forever. Except The Price is Right. I think that's still going. That'll last forever. This buying stuff is too relatable. Being a millionaire isn't relatable. Okay. Oh, was this also by Deneen? I didn't look at the credits. Arcade game. Oh, Go Dizzy Go, Dizzy the Adventure, Treasure Island, fantastic. I don't know. I'm going to say Dizzy the Adventure. Wrong answer. What? I'm already... Power-ups gives extra life. Okay, green mushroom. I can use a shovel in the Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. Take a treasure? I don't know. I haven't played any of the Dizzy games very much. Oh, I guess the original Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a game you keep playing until you get a question wrong, so that's why I keep restarting on that. PCB Artist. Actually, I didn't... Okay, so that was by Deneen. I guess that from the Red Moon thing, but... Paul Paul Malloy, also known as Infinite NES Lives, or, well, that's his company. That, I guess multiple people work at that company, but he runs Infinite NES Lives. So, I mean, PCB artist. Oh, what have I done? I can change. I think I need to read the instructions again. Change net. Choose place wire piece. Start over. Okay, so the controls are confusing to me. Okay, I'm starting to get it. So you press... Oh, okay, when you're selecting a thing to start from... Okay, so that's connected. So you press A to confirm that you've selected it, and now you press a direction to start out in, and then you press a direction to lay some wire, and then you press A to confirm that, and then it'll keep laying wire until you're... Okay, I get it now. It's just a little bit confusing. There's a couple extra presses of direction and A before you get it. So I believe this one, the story of this one, was that Infinite NES Live, since they make NES cartridges, like laying out wire traces on a PCB is something you got to do to make them. So this is based on that. Like you have to connect the wires to the spots where they go. 555 timer. Okay, so I don't know. I guess with some more, you'd lay out the PCB and then you'd put the chips like in the in the holes here. That's probably enough of that one. Sir Ababol by the Mojon Twins. That's when they started being in the NES dev. They've made a lot of entries. NES Lib and Op. So notice they credit Shiru on the title screen because I think they built on his work, like the C library for programming in NES. They like to use C as well. Okay, both buttons jump. Oof. This is maybe going to be tough. I like that there's a fast respawn, or... Oh, I can jump on things. Okay, that's good to know. Eat chicken. Jump on bats. Ah. This is a tricky one. Hi, Mike. Do I need that? Okay, there's like a gray thing. I don't remember that skeleton. Okay, that was the thing to pick up, but what does it do? Am I running faster than I used to? Was there a key here? Here's a key. So I don't know what that... Oh, I'm collecting flowers or something? I don't know what I need them for, though. Ah! Okay, so this is Sir Ababal. And then Sergeant Helmet, Training Day. Oh, it's also by the Mojang twins. I like that the Mojang twins on the Assembly Line podcast, they asked a question whether the Mojang twins are two people or not. And this is an open question, I think. It might just be a name for that one person puts on their output, but I'm not sure. It could be two people who are twins, or maybe not twins. I'm not sure. The mystery of the Mojang twins. Or it could be more than two people, too. Okay. Oh. So... I assume I wanted... Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But I failed to do it. I have computer. Set 5 bombs in evil computer. Wait, was that a gun? Oh, I've got limited ammo. That's not where I wanted it. Ah. Half new motorbike for sale? The wrong thing again. Oh, I see. That's like a passcode. That looks like a bomb. So I just need to get to the evil computer. Ow! It's hard to avoid these fences. Why'd everybody stop? Okay, I went the wrong way. Hang on, that's Sergeant Helmet Training Day. Ah, okay, here's a Conway's Game of Life. There's a glider there. I guess if you want to set up complicated shapes, then it's going to be here a while. I won't. Does anyone know a good, like, Busy Beaver shape? There we go. That worked well. So this is the Game of Life. If you don't know what it is, it's an interesting cellular automata that has a simple description and very complicated behavior that John Conway thought up in the early 60s, I think. I don't know when exactly. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, so there are a bunch of rule sets. I don't know the other rule sets, but... oh, and I can customize it. So another Nova game with an editor, which is kind of cool. Here's a sound effect editor made by Teppels. So I guess frame by frame you set, that's volume, and then I can set duty, and then you can set so I just made that sound effect. And I can do that with all 4 of the channels, I guess. So that's kind of cool, little sound effect editor. Oh, this is one that'll work with the mouse, but I don't think I really need to play with that right now. I've got a whole other volume to get to. Theremin. Oh, okay. This supports the mouse. Okay, there's more things that support the mouse on NES than I thought. So that's volume. Anyhow, with the mouse it'd be slightly better. Hang on, let me... since it's the last one for this set. Okay, I don't have enough precision here to play a tune, I don't think, so... Alright, that'll be it for Volume 2. And then finally, we'll get to... Oh, that's interesting. This resulted from me disconnecting the mouse and connecting a controller back in, which I guess gives input that does that, whatever that was. Okay, so here's Volume 3. Still the same title music. I really love that Teffels made title screen music, the Woo Yeah loop, synthesized.
Selection now.
Okay, so this one there's a lot to show. Like this came in a nice box and cartridge, and these are still available. This is a really good cartridge with a lot of really neat stuff on it. And wow, it's already 11 o'clock and I haven't even gotten to it. But that's how much stuff there is on all these volumes. Which I should say again for anybody joining that doesn't know, these are all of these ROMs are freely available and you can get them here. Yeah, it probably is getting all ones because after the 8 it usually starts reading ones. But yeah, this is Volume 3 and Volume 3 was really good. Okay, so Twin Dragons, I already played through the finished version of on my stream earlier. You can watch the old video of that if you want. But it's a cool platformer. You play one of the twins. And you're a dragon that breathes fire and eats chilies. And this was made by Broke Studio. So there are a couple of people in France. That was the first level. There's actually a boss at the end of this demo, but it's the same as the... You can watch my stream to... Never before seen that glitch in any case. Which glitch? Oh, plugging in the theremin thing? Nebs and Debs. Okay, this one is cool. Still in development. By Chris Cacciatore. But this has a really nice soundtrack by Coolor. And yeah, I hope to see this one finished one day. They've been working on it for a while. And I'm sure they'll get to... Oh, wow, it plays itself. I forgot about that. Well, I'm not going to show too much of that because I want to play it myself. So this one is basically, you have an air dash. And then it recharges. There's a little indicator next to you. So you can collect diamonds, they're not too important, but air dashing is sort of your one big move. So you do that to go through enemies. And you can't go back, so sort of thing. Oh, I see. I could have collected another dash by going underneath. That's what those D icons are. That's the end of the level. That was a bridge too far. So if oh! That one's hard to get. I should probably not try. Anyhow, this one is really nice. I recommend trying this out. I forget how many levels there are in this demo, and eventually it seems like it's shaping up to be a pretty substantial game once it's done. But yeah, like this one is really nice. I think this was actually my favorite of this compo. Filthy Kitchen by Dust Mop. So this one has a fun little, or a fun thing where you can, so you throw this fly swatter, and the goal is to get the flies, right? But, okay, so there's a fly. But you can avoid catching your fly swatter, and it'll stay spinning in the air. And if you can hit more than one fly with it, you get combination points, but it is so hard to do that I think I've only ever done it like once. You get to the mop at the end of the level. So this is pretty cool. This actually has, I think, 3 levels and even kind of a boss to it. I'm not going to play through the whole thing, but it's pretty neat. And it's a fun theme of just cleaning up your dirty kitchen. Your filthy kitchen, sorry, not dirty. Lala the Magical. Okay, so this is another one by the Mojon Twins. Four. Tell me about the palace, asked Lala. Your teacher tells her again about the 3 power gems. No, it's too dangerous. Lala's bored and goes to the tower. 8 magic potions and a key should suffice. So yeah, this game, you have to collect those potions. There's one. And I'll need a key to get through that lock. Oh. I was trying to get up to... Oh, that's... Okay. Trying to figure out how to get that one. Anyhow, it's the basic idea of Lala the Magical. Jumping around. And... collecting things. I think there are a few more mechanics that are introduced later. Like after you get the 8 potions, I think you get a block you can create in midair that helps you get around, and so there are kind of subsequent puzzles with that. So Cheryl the Goddess, also by the Mojon Twins. Um, this one, there are the 3 talismans of rock, scissors, and paper. And superpower. So you are Cheryl, and you need... That seems new. I don't think that was in it when I played it. I think it got... a lot of these things, when they were submitted for the competition, like I played it then, but I haven't... Oops. But I haven't played it since the competition, and some of them were worked on, like, after they were submitted. So in this one, there's sort of a big world to explore. Oh yeah, and this map. I don't think this map looked like this when I played it either. But it's a fairly big world, and you sort of collect the rock, paper, and scissors, and get around. And you have a power you can... a power you can use when you step on a thing. Okay, so that lets me fly once, but only once, and then it wears off. So I can do that again once I find another another statue somewhere. So yeah, this one's cool. It's sort of similar to the other game they entered, but there's Lala, I think, has more kind of variety of mechanics than this one does, if I recall. But anyhow, this one has kind of a bigger world. And then there's Rochang Nyao Nyao, or I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but grab insects to pay for your use of the toilet. So yeah, I think the title is supposed to translate to, like, I need to go to the bathroom or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but oh yeah, in Lala, or I think maybe in both games, when you die, you return to the last spot you were standing that was safe. It was kind of interesting. So you always very much continue from where you were, but... so this one, so you've got to grab the insects for some reason, and then you can dive bomb people. And... yeah, that's... the enemies are kind of cute, and reminds me a bit of Monster Party. Oh, there's a poop. I collected the poop. Oh no! Huh. Oh, that is a hard one to time. Now... so I think if you touch an enemy... yeah, your clothes get knocked off. Very, what's the word? Ghosts and goblins? Ghouls and ghosts? Anyhow, so that's that. If you get to the end of the level, you sit on the toilet and go to the bathroom. sinking feeling. Okay, this is a cool. This is by Kalima. I should show you rather than explain, but it has a lot of nice humor to it. Good polish to it. So you have a boat, and you fire bombs out of it. You can fire them far or short distance. And you just gotta take out the... Oh yeah, and it has achievements. Gotta take out the subs. So there was some reference to Sweden in the introduction. I don't know, there was like some Swedish submarine incident, which I don't know about. It was big in the news a while ago. So it was a reference to that, but it was something that... I don't know. They explained it in the forums at one point. So yeah, I really like this one. It's simple. There's nice music, pretty nice graphics. And I like that it's very like 8x8 kind of tile rather than 16x16 like most NES games. Kind of gives it a nice small details look to it, which I appreciate. Here, I'll do a game over. Gotta get through all these games. I'm gonna sink. That's nice game over music. 23% achieved. So that's the top 7 games. Here's 8 more. And then there's some more. And then there's some toys. So, okay. Brick Breaker by Punch. Yeah. And it's also got Japanese title. I like that stylized line through the letters. This one I found quite hard. So you start off, you release, and there you go. So it's sort of an Arkanoid game, but with a little bit of a twist, I guess. Ah. Oh, that's interesting. I think you have more balls and more credits than when I played. It's interesting. Like a lot of these games, just because I played them during the competition time, and I did submit a scoring. I was asked to be a judge on it, but yeah, a lot of these games are different from how I remember them. Getting the last brick is always a problem in these kinds of games. Maybe someday I'll actually submit a game to one of these, but I don't know. For the last few, I was working on Lizard, and taking time away from that to work on another NES game did not feel the right thing to do. Anyhow, I think that's a pretty good idea of that one. Here's Flappy Jack by Doug Fraker, also known as Doug F. So this one is you can run. Oh, this definitely looks different than how I remember it. But yeah, you just gotta catch the pancakes and or butter or syrup as it falls. Oops. There's one on the floor there. Butter on an empty tray, that doesn't seem the right thing to collect. Oh, there's some syrup. So yeah, I think this is pretty explanatory. I don't think it just gets faster from here. Jupiter Scope 2, Operation Europa. So, depending on how your stream's going, you might not be able to see the title screen very well. It has this transparency done with like 50% flicker, because you can't put enough sprites on the scan line to cover that whole set of words. They made them on alternating frames. So it says Operation Europa, but okay, so there's an easy mode. Oh, I accidentally pressed the button that turned off the cool parallax effect. I'm gonna... What? Okay, I can make it bright or dark. No. How do I get the parallaxing back? There we go. The parallax effect is key to this game, because otherwise you're just shooting rocks. And yeah, you're shooting rocks. That's basically it. I don't know if this is a sequel to Jupiter Scope 2, but yeah. And also there's these like mermaids along the bottom, which you can't actually see on a real NES, on an NTSC NES anyway, because they're kind of off the bottom of the picture that you would normally see on the TV, but they're there. Just some mermaids hanging out. And I like the Jupiter in the background. So I don't know if there's a Jupiter Scope 1. I've never seen it. Oh, well, it came back. The missing planet. Oh, wait, where'd I go? So Karate Kick. Okay, this is a very simple one. I like it a lot. Very, very slick, very nicely made. So you basically just point in direction and kick when they get to you. You will kick them. So really you're just pointing the D-pad at the next person coming in. It's got cute music, and I like the animated hair. They kind of get faster. I think there might later be some enemies that come slower and faster, I'm not sure. I haven't failed yet, though. I feel like my luck is about to wear thin. Ooh. So that's the enemy. Oh. I'm not going to do more, but... Oh, Jupiter Scope. Okay. I should go back and try that one just to compare. 121. Anyhow, that's Karate Kick. I like it. The Paths of Bridewell. by Zkip. Zkip? I don't know. So there's a locked chest. You can't cross the water. What the? I did not see that bat there. Sneak up on the bats, moving only to their left, or to the left of them. Okay, so bats activate when you are on their right side. So this one was kind of Zelda-oriented thing. And you kind of gradually collect keys that... Actually, I guess I can do the first one now. So this key should open the first chest, I think. And that'll get me probably the power to cross the water. I'm not doing this well. Gotta be more careful. I have a swimsuit. So now I can swim, and now my health decreases. So it continues like this for a little while. There's a couple more abilities. That's the Paths of Bridewell. Here's Rock, Paper, Scissors Plus. Okay, so it's Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock. Patterned after a game called Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock, but we didn't want to infringe on Spock, I suppose. So it's an expansion of Rock, Paper, so that's Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock. I don't remember what beats what, but it was in the instructions, but I didn't read them. Oh, here we go. Rock beats Scissors and Lizard. Paper beats Rock and Spock. Spock. Scissors also beats Lizard. Lizard beats Spock. Spock beats Rock and... okay. Lizard. No, everyone's a winner when you get Lizard. That was wrong. Paper disproves Spock. Spock favorizes Rock. Scissors decapitates Lizard. Poor Lizard. Player 2 is the winner. Lizard eats paper. I don't think lizards like paper that much. Seems inaccurate to me. No, everybody wins. That's wrong. The rules are wrong. Spock smashes scissors. Rock crushes Lizard. So I don't know if this has an end. Well, you get the idea. Spacey McAracy. So... oh! This has CPU racers now. Which one am I? Oh, I'm the red one. A little confused. This is definitely very different than the version I played, but... like, the version I played, I don't think had CPU enemies. I'm actually losing. Do I have to shoot that thing to gain it? Ah, there we go. Now I understand. This is definitely improved from the version I played. I would guess from the sped up music that we're nearing the end of the course. I did not win. Green wins. Battle round. Okay, so yeah, multiplayer race game. Kind of interesting. Super Tilt Bro. Oh. I'm really sitting with bad posture. Oh, and now my neck hurts. Why did I do that? Okay. Wait, oh, this is now has a... I don't think this had... I'm not sure if this had a CPU player before when I played it. Yeah, I never quite got the hang of this one. So... It's like a battle game, but... And the way your character respawns kind of feels very Smash Brothers influenced. So this is very interesting to play with a CPU opponent because this did not have one before, if I recall correctly. And I didn't know it was added. So that's cool to see. So I don't know if there's an end to the... Oh, there we go. I like the multi-tiered victory podium. Yeah, the compo judging is kind of hard. Like, two-player games, you need two players to properly judge anyway, but... I don't know. I tried to... I judged it with that in mind. Like, I tried playing it and sort of imagining what it would be with two players and using the second controller, but... I couldn't go too far with it. But it's really interesting to see, yeah, like... AI now. So here's Waddles the Duck by CPB Chris CPB. A bright flash of light, everything disappeared. So this game has a, oh yeah, you have to run to jump faster. I forgot that. This game has a relationship with another game called Eversion, which I think is pretty cool. Can I swim in the... Yes. I am a duck, I can swim. Couldn't remember. Yeah, there's a game called Eversion, which this has a strong relationship with. I forget how to... Oh, there we go. When you avert, you end up in a different place. So, actually, I should have shown here. So I get to a dead end where these white blocks are blocking me. And here I have to avert to continue. Can I swim in this place? Yes. I don't know if there's anything I need to go back for, though. Oh, I see. There's the... So you have to find these points where you can travel between multiple versions of this world, where it changes in between. Is the chat box stuck? It looks... Oh, okay. Anyhow, so this is cool. I would also highly recommend playing the game Eversion by Zarathustra. It is a very good little puzzle game, which I have played through many times in my life. This has been around a long time, and I like it. And I like this version of it, too. And so that's all the compo games. There's a couple of extra ones. So there's Haunted Halloween 85. This is the demo version of it. I'm not going to play too much of this because I did play Halloween 86 on stream, and then I showed some of this game as well in that stream, but it's a beat 'em up. It's pretty cool. Check out my other past stream if you want to see what that's like. And Lunar Limit by Puppy. Okay, this one is quite interesting because it manages to have a lot of bullets coming at you with kind of an interesting technique. They put all the bullets on the background layer, so there's basically unlimited amounts of them, or I mean, I'm sure there's a limit, but there's a lot that are on there. And otherwise, all you do is press A and B to aim, like you just rotate, and yeah, occasionally you pick up things like that was the B, I guess it's auto fire. S, I don't know what S does. Oh, it froze them in place. So yeah, this is pretty simple, but kind of cool, and kind of has a very novel way of rendering graphics on the NES, so it's pretty neat for that. Like, basically everything is sprites except the pink bullets. That's why they're square-shaped. Like, they're each 8x8 tile is divided into 4 pieces. So there's 4 tiles. And they have their whole system for updating them, which I think takes several frames. What's the R? Oh, I didn't get to use it before I got wiped out. There we go. That's oh, this was a Ludum Dare thing? I didn't realize. Lunar Limit. Ralph 4. Also by Buddy. Okay. And music by Movie Movies 1, who makes some pretty cool NES music. And other chips as well. He's kind of been around the chiptune scenes that I inhabit for a long time, but I don't know why it's called Ralph 4. I don't know if there's a Ralph 1 to 3, but basically just there's moving teddy bears and you collect the gems and then you go to the exit. Ooh. Anyhow. Oh! Yeah, actually that was something I noticed. Yeah, in that previous Lunar Limit game. When ships crash into you, they explode. When you get a game over, your ship is left where it was, even though it just says game over there. So ships will still run into it and explode. And here's Zombie Calavera Prologue. This is another one by Mojon Twins, but it wasn't done for the compo. I think they might have originally done it on ZX Spectrum or something like that. They do games for other consoles too. And there are two characters and they have different campaigns. Oh, okay, you have a gun, but the gun has huge recoil, so it knocks you back, which is weird. But, yeah, I always found this one really tricky to play. I once played a bit more of it, but I've never felt like I've gotten super far in it. So the gun is really hard to use, but even if you kill an enemy, they tend to come back as an evil bat. And I think the bats are invincible, so... and then, yeah, so there's Santos and Maria, their characters. So this one starts you off like it's not even clear where it's possible to go, but I think you can... No? Yeah, I'm not even sure how to start the game with her, because... Like, I can do that, but I don't know how to properly... And so she doesn't have a gun. I think she's faster. Or jumps higher? I'm not sure. The worlds are connected, like, you both start on the same world. And you have to collect these crosses. The motion of these bats is really weird. Anyhow, so this one's kind of weird, and I've never really figured it out. It does move a lot faster than their other games. It has a lot of the same elements, the moving platforms, the bats, I don't know. So that's Zombie Calavera. Okay, so in the toys there's some cool stuff. I'll get to the test suite. So here's one by Jonathan Roach. Button logger. So you can see exactly what buttons you've pressed. Oops. Oh, I guess it's for controller. Ah, I'm pressing the wrong keys. So you can see if I press left and right, those are those buttons. You can press select and start. Here's B and A. So it's just kind of a neat little test for your controllers. And then you have musical controller. So there's 4. And then if you hold select, everything has a different pitch. Or maybe not. Yeah. Oh, I see. It switches octave. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know how to... I don't think I have enough notes for Funky Town, but the G sharp won't get in there. Actually, it might be... Oh, this is triangle. So that's the musical toy. And here's 240p test suite. So this is a version of a test program that someone wrote for Super Nintendo. I think it's been ported for Genesis. There's probably a TurboGrafx 16 version, but basically it's a whole bunch of tests that you can sort of test the video of your screen to see things like this linearity tests if you've got a correct circular aspect ratio, which a lot of emulators like these will seem more oval. This sort of shows you your gray levels. Solid color screen. I don't know what that does exactly. I don't know what this looks like in on the video, but this one tests your CPU. This feels like it's missing. Oh, okay. Here's all the other stuff. So, yeah, there's audio test to see. Oh. You can sort of find where whether the sound you're hearing matches what you see, that kind of thing. Yeah, there's a lag test here where you're kind of seeing if your input lines up with what you're seeing. There's a little Sonic-inspired demo. Sound test? What's in sound test? Oh, you're talking about this was a thing I implemented while I was on the toilet once. Someone asked if it was possible to do how to explain Crowd. Crowd is a program that's like 100 characters long that this guy Krogan wrote. It's a genre called byte beat, I think he called it. But basically, you write very short C programs that generate sound, and yeah, some of them have like surprising amount of variation and musicality to them. So this is a very short program, but then I ported that C program by hand into assembly for NES, and it's this. And it goes on for a while, but it's kind of a neat little tune, I guess, for being so shortly described. I forgot that was in there. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that's really interesting in here. But I did want to look at Action 52 one more time, just to see Jupiter Scope, to find out what Jupiter Scope 2 is the sequel to. Never get enough of the Woo Yeah loop.
Make your selection now.
Jupiter Scope, here it is. Wow, you know what? Okay. Having this to compare to, it's a very faithful sequel and really neat improvement on it. I feel like I judged it slightly too harshly during the competition. Because I did not compare it to this. Do I lose points if I let them hit the ground? No. It says level 1. Do you think there's a level 2? Yeah, Star Evil. Actually, maybe I should play Star Evil. Star Evil isn't related. Someone did a sequel to Star Evil. I think I played it a little bit earlier, actually. In the upcoming action, that's Star Evil. You have to know to dodge before you start, or you're not going anywhere. Someone made a remake/sequel to this in the latest competition, but yeah, that's not in any of the released volumes yet. But if you look up NES Dev Compo 2017 or whatever, you might find some interesting games in there. I guess I'll play them when that compilation is released. But yeah, that's Action 53, Volumes 1, 2, and 3, and I think I got through everything. And a little bit of Action 52, just to set the tone. What's Dam Busters? Wasn't that the movie that inspired the Death Star sequence from Star Wars? Oh man. There's no way I can run from these. Yeah, I've never gone through Action 52, but I've seen some of it before. Oh, there is a second level. Okay. Well, okay, that's enough of Dam Busters. I do like this title sequence, but I don't know. I'm a little disappointed by the
Make your selection
way they don't fade it very well. Anyhow, anything anyone wants to see before I go? Maybe nothing. Maybe it's been enough. It is like coming close to midnight. Lizard again. I could play Lizard. I don't even know which version of Lizard I have on my hard drive right now. $4199. I don't know what's different in this. We could go talk to the moose. There we go. That was my moose run of Lizard. Did I have a good time to moose? I wasn't timing myself. I could actually find the Star Evil, but I feel like I should save it for a later stream, so maybe I'll I'll leave it out. But yeah, you don't usually see the moose in speedruns because he's not in the way, and he doesn't make anything faster. He just gives you knowledge and moose tips and moose observations. Anyhow, it's getting late, so I'm gonna go. Thanks for keeping me company while I demonstrate all these cool games. Action 53, I would, if these were interesting to you and you're a collector, this is a really cool cart. It comes with a really nice box. Oops, sorry, I punched my microphone. It even comes with like a poster. I really love this collection, and it is cool. So I'll be back sometime in the future There's been things I've been meaning to stream. Probably next will be Keihan Games. I forget what it's called. It is sort of a remake. It was trying to be a licensed remake, but they wouldn't sell him the license, so it's Larry and the Look for a Luscious Lover or something like that. I think that's probably what I'll play next. Larry and the Long Look for a Luscious Lover. Which I'm not sure how happy the original copyright owners are of it, but I could give it a play. I could give Spookotron a play. I do have that in here somewhere. Spookotron's neat, except the thing with Spookotron, I need an emulator with support for Super Nintendo controller, or I'd need to plug in another controller or something to do the sideways controller controls, because you do need 2 sticks to play that game, or a stick and 4 buttons. Where did I put my... Oh, here we go. Spookotron. Yep, it's in here. So let's just see if I can find... Oh, there's an SNES pad. Sorry, I'm just a little surprised by the setup here. I've never actually tried the SNES pad emulation in FCUX, but it seemed to work. Is there a speedrun community for Lizard? There's 3 people who have posted speedruns, or no, 4, including myself, to speedrun.com. And I think there's a 5th person who's been playing it a bit, but I don't know if anyone's actively playing it right now. I hope that changes. Actually, I hope someone submits it to AGDQ, but I don't know if they will or not. Nope, this is NES controls. Let me see. Let me try this again. There we go. So this is Spookotron. There we go. So I'm playing this with SNES style controls so that I can shoot in a different direction from where I'm aiming. Or moving, I mean. Sorry, it's hard to talk and play this game. Robotron is a hectic game. And so it has all these like very tiny, cute enemies, and they all have different behaviors. It is pretty interesting. But it is a hard arcade style game, so I've certainly not beaten it. But actually, Spookotron's Kickstarter, he was also offering a Super Nintendo controller adapter, and that's how I've been able to use the Super Nintendo mouse on the NES as well. Just because I've been too lazy to build one myself, and I wanted this game anyway, so kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. Anyhow, this is, oh, I've got 1 more life. Ah! I thought I could... And made it to another level. Game over. So that's Spookotron, a bonus game. So I guess it's the backer edition. I dumped this from my cart of it. I have it downstairs. It actually came with a box. Nice box and manual. Yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Maybe next week. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Whenever I have a good opportunity to stream. Have a good night, everybody.